Why did the architects build their lunatics such an ornate prison? It is a magnificent structure. She loves the flying buttresses, like the legs of a spider about to scuttle away. The dirty red sandstone seems more suited to a reclusive prince living on a stormy clifftop in a Victorian novel than for so-called feeble-minded of 19th century Lancashire. This massive building was once known as the Annex, an extension of the original county lunatic asylum constructed in the 1880s to house the masses of mental patients shipped to the county from all across the north of England. Once looming over barren moorland and visible for miles, it's now almost hidden from the city, concealed within the trees. She loves the way that nature takes over a building once mankind abandons it. Shoots sprouting from rooftops and ivy pushing apart the brickwork. It feels life-affirming that the natural world will still continue after we're gone. It's a shame they can't just leave it as it is. Retain the ivy and the moss and the spindly saplings that grow from the gutters. But, sadly, people want to make money, and part of Helen's job is to help carve up this beautiful old building. Alfie pulls hard on his lead, his tongue hanging from his mouth as he struggles against the collar. She bends down. "All right, but don't run off," she says as she releases the clip. As expected, the dog immediately disappears into the nearest clump of bushes, flushing a squawking pheasant into the air and away. She hears him burst out from the other side of the undergrowth and jogs ahead to keep him in sight. He is running away and fast. Helen shouts and whistles as she sees him push through a gap in the fence and runs towards the building. "Alfie, no! Bad dog!" she calls. But he ignores her and continues running until he is out of sight. She knows he won't run far. He just gets excited. But the building is derelict and riddled with asbestos. Helen groans. She follows at a jog, squeezing through the gap in the fence and pushing across overgrown lawn in front of the hospital, thistles tugging at her jeans. It's thrilling to get closer to the building, with a genuine reason if anyone challenges her. So far in this phase of work, she's only seen dusty floor plans, concept sketches and asbestos reports during dull scoping meetings and budget discussions. She slows for a moment to take in the imposing facade up close, initials carved above each tracery window and ornate parapets along the roof. The 6-story water tower looms over the main entrance, where a stone staircase rises up to wooden double doors. The basement floor is half submerged, with letterbox windows at knee level. She remembers the floor plan she pored over last week. There's a double-height entrance hall behind those doors, with a sweeping staircase in the centre, and long corridors branching off to the east and west wings, the wards and seclusion cells. East for female patients, west for male. The hospital was designed to house the infirm in small rooms, crammed to maximum capacity and maximum practicality. She passes the main entrance, where the doors are secured with a chunky padlock and chain. "Alfie!" she shouts, but he still doesn't return. She passes through a stone archway into a horseshoe-shaped courtyard, which must have been the loading dock with access to the kitchens, laundry and storerooms. A door stands open in the far corner, where the main hall branches into the west wing, a dark hole gaping in the stone wall. She feels a shiver of anticipation. Alfie must have gone inside. She has to go after him. It is at least 15 years since she was last inside the Loon Hospital, completing an inspection before the hospital closed. She remembers the eerie quiet on the upper floors, punctuated with sudden shrieks and howls. Hunched figures rocking incessantly in chairs, back and forth, staring into space. And, Helen remembers with a shudder, one female patient who followed Helen for the duration of her visit. Bare feet shuffling 10 feet behind, black eyes glinting at Helen through her straggly hair, as she hissed insults under her breath. Now, Helen ducks through the open door, holding her arms in front of her face to break the cobwebs, which cling to her hands. The air in the corridor smells damp,